for the Ganado is to use what we call money market hedge. As I described in this case, we will borrow the present value of the British pounds that we expect to receive in 3 months. Then we will convert it into US dollars at the spot rate and then roll these US dollars that we purchased 3 months at the rate of 6%, because this is the interest that we earn when we invest our US dollars. So the resulting amount should be our US dollar or Ganado's US dollar cash flows. So let's go through the process in here. We are going to borrow 1 million pounds, or present value of the 1 million pounds. To calculate the present value of the 1 million pounds, we are going to use 1 plus interest rate. But if you remember, we can borrow pounds at 10%, 0.1 corresponds to 10%. But this is the annual interest rate that we would incur. However, we are borrowing only for 3 months, or we could just consider this as 90 days. So we need to adjust the interest rate into this 3-month period. So we will multiply the 0.1 with the 90 divided by 3.60, which is equivalent to dividing 0.1 to 4, because we are actually borrowing only for 1 quarter. So either by using 90 days to 90 days divided by 360 days, which corresponds to 1 quarter, or simply by dividing 0.1 by 4 to adjust it to a quarterly rate. So after the adjustment, we get British pound 975,609.7 British pounds. So the present value of 1 million pounds at the rate of 2.5% for 3 months is equal to 975,609 pounds. So if we borrow this amount today, 10% annual interest, but only for a quarter, this means that we would pay a 2.5% interest on it. That would make the principal and interest payment 1 million US dollars. So 1 million pounds, I'm sorry. So when we receive the 1 million pound from Crown, we could cover this liability. So borrowing 975,609 pounds today gives us, at the rate of 1.7640, which is the spot rate right now, 1,720,975.61 dollars. This is as of today. This means at time 0. And if we roll this over at 6%, this is the interest rate that we would be able to earn when we invest pounds, or I'm sorry, dollars. So 1,720,975 invested for 90 days at 6% annual rate. Roughly, we're going to earn 1.5% interest. That corresponds to 1,746,790. I just want to urge you to be careful when you make these adjustments. So you are only dividing the 6% to 4, or you're only multiplying 6% with 90 over 360. 1 is not multiplied by 90 over 360. I've seen those mistakes made. So essentially, we are making an interest rate adjustment. We are converting the annual interest rate of 6% to a quarterly interest rate of 1.5%. Oops, I moved by mistake. So that adjustment does not include 1. So 1 plus the adjustment is made on 6%, which essentially brings this down to 1 plus 0.015. After multiplying 0.06 with 90 over 360, we get 0.015 in here. and 1,729,975 multiplied by 1 plus 1.5% turns out to be 1,746,790. So this simply implies that in 3 months, or in June, we will be able to receive 1,746,790 in exchange for 1 million pounds. So this is almost like a forward contract with certainty after going through these 3 steps, meaning borrow present value of 1 million pounds, which is 975,609 at the annualized rate of 10%, but only for 3 months, and then converting these pounds into dollars at the spot rate, which gives us 1,729,975, and then rolling this over at the rate of 6% for 3 months. This gives us exactly 1,746,790.24. We can think of this as the amount that we would receive in exchange for 1 million pounds. So this is the essence of the money market hedge. It is almost like emulating the forward contract. So obviously, if we compare this with the forward rate, the amount that we receive is, oops, what happened? The amount that we receive is less than 1,754,000 US dollars. So this amount is inferior to using directly forward contract. So when we should use money market hedge, if money market hedge produced a better amount than the forward contract, we would maybe consider it. But by the parameters that we used, forward rate is offering a better deal for us. There is no point of engaging in a money market hedge. However, there is a caveat in here, which I'm considering in the next slide. So we calculated this amount with the assumption that we can earn 6% per annum. However, if the company were able to invest these funds at a rate of, let's say, 8%, it would be able to generate 1,755,396, or better, if they were able to reinvest these funds at the cost of capital, they would be able to generate 1,772,605. Obviously, these rates are above the 6% that we conservatively considered. In order to earn these rates, we would have to take probably substantial risks. So it would be quite aggressive, because obviously, since these investments are generating higher returns, that also implicitly indicates that we are taking some risk in here. So as a rule of thumb, it would be better just to use conservative approach and the use the risk-free rate of 6% in the rollover rate, rather than cost of capital of 12%, for instance. Cost of capital of 12% represents rate of return earned on reasonably risky investments. So it is not at all conservative. It is quite aggressive. So my recommendation is just to stick with the conservative option of 6%. This is quite safe, and you would be more comfortable by using this rate. Obviously, the forward rate also as a quite safe alternative offers a better deal. Therefore, in this case, there is no point of engaging in money market hedge. So in comparative terms, forward puts us in this purple line, which is better than the red line that the money market hedge produces. So money market hedge gives us less than the forward rate offers. Obviously, both of them have better outcomes as compared to doing nothing for a wide range of exchange rates. However, when the exchange rate exceeds 1.7540, as we discussed earlier, doing nothing offers a better performance. But this leaves a whole range of outcomes on the downside, so it is quite risky. So far, if we were running a horse race, the forward rate is looking like is the winner or ahead as compared to the other alternatives that we have. Now we are going to consider options and see how options would work under these circumstances.